Welcome, everybody. This is Mills, and you're back on The Lookout podcast on the RNC Radio Network. And this is episode 3. So if you tuned in for the last 2 episodes, shout out to you, because this has been going strong and this has been going cool. And I really wanted to do this for a very long time. As I've told you, my guest is in the corner. He's trying to muffle, but you know what? I'll turn your mic off. We have a special guest in the building, and this guest is someone who I've talked about Dragon Ball with probably since the dawn of time. I don't know, not the dawn of time, but the dawn at least of our friendship, which is like a very long time ago. We're talking about Dragon Ball. No, I'm distracted by you turning like Instagram thing on. I'm distracted. But I got my boy Flash here. Flash Ketchum.
Hey y'all.
If you probably likely heard, if you've listened to any podcast I've been on, which is like the Two Bells podcast, then you know exactly who he is. Other than that, yeah, I don't know. Instagram Live is crazy. Flash, how you been?
Well, I've been fiddling around with this Instagram Live thing, but it's not really working out too well. But however, I've been pretty okay. I've been pretty good. Like future looking pretty bright. I'm very anxious.
I think we've been watching. Listen, since we've been friends, we've been watching Dragon Ball Z. We've been watching Dragon Ball Z since before we've been friends. What's your first memory of Dragon Ball? Just in general, just like Dragon Ball. Is it Z? Is it Dragon Ball? Is it the manga? Like, what is it? What's your first memory of Dragon Ball?
I have to say my first memory of Dragon Ball / the company Federation thingamajig.
Oh, it's a company. Come on. Toei Animation, Funimation, Akira Toriyama. Like, come on. It's
a lot, man. It's a lot because I feel like it's a lifestyle. It became a culture. So, but to answer the question, I want to say my first memory of it has to be in middle school. Middle school. Yes, middle school. Yes, middle school. I'll say middle school.
All right, so let's talk about it. Middle school. What's your first thing you remember? What's like the most? Dragon Ball Z has like iconic drawings and iconic.
I think that's what it was for me because.
So what was it?
I think it was definitely the art style. So when I was younger, I was always drawing as I do now.
And you were drawing Dragon Ball Z. Like,
and I was definitely drawing the Dragon Ball Z characters.
I used to go to the library and print out the pictures and draw them.
You actually had better Dragon Ball Z characters than me.
No,
stop. No, you had better characters than I did. I always just made nice details.
No,
like your characters always look just like that. I'm like, yo, how you do that, man?
I mean, the nose is whatever.
No, you did. You did in class.
What's the weird part about drawing Dragon Ball shit is like, do you draw the face first or do you draw the eyes?
Draw the hair.
You draw the hair first?
Yeah.
You draw the hair first. I always like, all right, facial structure, I put on some hair and then I fit in the eyes.
Well, when I was younger, I draw the hair first. And that's why it never came out that good. So here we are.
So I've always used to draw them. I used to make up my own characters. It'd be like a mixture. I probably made up characters that are featured in this fucking tournament.
I'm pretty sure.
Like some like Piccolo with gloves. Like them, I hate them so much, Nick. I hate
Piccolo
those Universal 6 Namekians so fucking much. Because they have gloves. It's so backwards, bro. Like I hate them so much.
I don't hate them. I like them because they're like I've seen a lot of animes that do that. They have like a brother or kin like to someone that to a character that's already existing,
right?
And then have them on a different team, but just a distant team that they never seen, never heard of.
You know what? Let's begin. So the tournament of power. We've reached this far by now.
Mm-hmm.
Last episode we ended off. They just recruited Frieza. To me, one of the like highlight moments, just because in just the chemistry between Goku and Frieza. Is just like it's reached this new level now where you can tell there's clearly respect for each other. But Frieza's the most despicable person on Earth, and Goku knows it. But he also likes the thrill of fighting people very, very strong. So it's also very enticing to him to have him there, just to measure how strong he is.
In my opinion, I like the dynamic of Frieza on the team because no one has it worse than Vegeta. Because Frieza's the guy that kind of ended the damn planet.
So we talked about Frieza's the guy who ended it. Going from the beginning where Goku's fighting Beerus to the Universe 6 tournament, and that was like 2 sagas before the actual tournament of power actually came to fruition. Like it's It's just something, to keep together. But we're here. Tournament of Power. All the universes are showing up. It's getting real spicy. People are talking real crazy. We see this nice little moment between not nice little moment, but there's this moment between Frost and Frieza where there's just like,
man, look, I think they looked at each other and they didn't say, "Hey, I like you, I like you." They were just like, "Oh, can't wait to fuck you over! Can't wait to fuck you over!"
They're like, "Yo, if you want to, we can team up if you want to." Yes, I would love to team up.
We love. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't.
Very spicy. Very spicy. The first moment they decide,
it's like Prince meeting his clone.
How do you feel about no flying? The no fly zone.
I was fine with that.
Because you don't even notice it.
I was fine with that because if you're fighting like a dragon-like person, then it makes sense that they have wings that they would be the ones flying and you're not.
Right.
It tested the ability of the fighters as well, so I was fine with that.
So just not to escape. So it's 48 minutes long. I was
totally fine with that.
They talk about the rules. There's no flying, and then sort of the tournament begins, and it's just a lot of explosions. And Goku's just like, "Fuck yeah." And Gohan's like, "Yo, we made this plan. We're all sticking together, right?" Immediately, Goku walks off. Vegeta walks off. The androids walk off. Frieza walks off. And it's just like the 5 lower tier guys.
I wouldn't call them the lower tier.
They're kind of lower tier. I'm not even going to hold you. Between Roshi, Piccolo, Tien, Gohan, and Krillin.
Okay.
Literally the tier below, they have besides Gohan, there are no transformations. The first, I guess, little arc that we get is kind of this Krillin story. The story of like Krillin and Android 18, or at least Krillin himself trying to prove that he is worth something in this tournament. He eliminates one person. He goes against this guy and he has to fight with Android 18. And it's the first time we see really them. Well, not the first time. They sort of hinted to that before the tournament, but we see them sort of get in this role where one has each other's back. Android 18 almost gets eliminated. Krillin saves her.
Mm-hmm.
And they go back and forth and have this like amazing technique where they volley the energy between one another.
I like that.
I thought it was cool.
I think playing off their marriage is pretty,
and it's something that's
pretty dope. Actually,
probably never been done in Dragon Ball. I think like there was a Goku Chi-Chi moment.
I was gonna say that. I was like, there was a Goku Chi-Chi.
There's a Goku Chi-Chi.
But there was a Gohan Videl moment. She was Saiyaman too.
She was.
She wasn't Saiyan woman. She was Saiyaman too.
Right. But this is probably the best display of it entirely, of just like, yo, the chemistry they have with one another in terms of getting things across. How do you feel like Krillin does in this sort of tournament? Krillin, he's eliminated pretty early.
In my opinion, Krillin himself does not really have to prove anything because he is the strongest human.
Right.
Period. But however, I think he did pretty well in the tournament. I think he actually outlasted my expectations. I thought he was going to get eliminated like way early.
Yeah.
He did pretty well.
He lasts a few episodes.
Yeah.
Does fairly well. The first person eliminated. The first person on Universe 7 eliminated. The next one is, I guess, Universe 9. Universe 9 is someone who in this sort of tournament, and probably 20 years ago or so, Universe 9, they had the Danger Trio.
Oh, my boys.
The Danger Trio.
They were cool.
Spice Rack.
I like them. I call them the Spice Wolves.
They're the Spice Rack. The basil, lavender, bergamot. They are out for retribution. They're just like,
yeah, because
you're the reason why
they got their ass whooped the first time, so they had to come back.
They're the reason why we're in this tournament. They're the reason why they got their ass whooped initially. Pretty clean. Wiped I don't know. Gohan kind of actually failed.
Yeah.
He got poisoned. They both went to a draw, but they're just like, yo, we're out for blood. So they all basil, lavender, and bergamot go for Goku, which is, I guess, everyone is at this point. And I'd say the beginning few episodes of this entire arc is just like Universe 7 is probably public enemy number 1. Because they're the reason, and especially Goku, because Goku's one of the strongest beings out of all these people here. He's proven it against various other universes. He's outlasted a lot. He's fought a lot. He's won. The Lavender Trio they want him out.
To me, I thought their design was really, really, on point. Because I already have an aficionado for designs for wolves anyway, period. But once I saw them, I was like, you know what? We haven't had wolves like this. I was like, in a while. I was like, most of the wolves we had were like just really rugged, rough,
right?
rough role. I was like, okay, they have some personality to them. They got some kick to them. They got some fight.
So they're all triple teaming Goku, and they're getting the best of
And
him.
they act like a pack.
Yeah,
which I thought played to the characters. So I thought it was good.
They're all triple teaming Goku, and at some point Vegeta's like, this fucking guy Goku.
But Vegeta know his role. He know that is his role.
What do you mean?
That is his role.
What is his role?
His role is stay on the side, let Goku wild out because he's so happy.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Goku's too happy, he slips up, and then you come in and be like, Kakarot, stop. And then you start wilding out.
That's essentially what happens. Because Vegeta comes in and he's just like...
It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Like they will rock, paper, scissors for who to fight and still do the same exact thing.
Vegeta shows up. He's like, listen, you're fucking up. I'm going to come in and step in and I'm going to defeat these three. They create a barrier, and it's essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a 10-on-2. A 10-on-2 battle between Goku and Vegeta and the rest of this universe. And it's something where it shows how much of a force they are as a duo. Because I think everyone came in this tournament like, I'm going to prove I'm the strongest. Out of Universe 7, I'm going to prove I'm the strongest. I'm going to eliminate everybody. I'm going to be the one who wins the Super Dragon Balls. I'm going to be the one who wins the tournament. And Vegeta, they realize at this point that the sum of the sides is better than the two sides, or however fucking Pythagorean theorem works. They go in, they find one moment. There's one moment where essentially they slip up, and I think it's something where they thought they have Vegeta because they freeze his arm. One of the guys has ice powers. You just randomly,
Yeah. That's stinking ice.
One of the guys has ice powers. Think they're gonna slow them down. It's like, oh, not only we freeze you to the bone. And it's like, okay, all right,
I guess.
And there's one slip up, and essentially that's where they started falling like dominoes. And the trio, essentially, we see the sheet. They're all eliminated the same episode 98. There's a bunny rabbit for some, I don't know. They get knocked off by the combination of Goku and Vegeta. Universe 9 is the first universe eliminated from this tournament. It's pretty grim in terms of everyone having that sort of realization that this is real and universes will be erased. And not only just erased, like they're like, I can't feel the energy of Universe 9 at all. Like I can't feel I can't feel anything. There's nothing there, and just everything.
I don't think there was anything to doubt about that. I mean, we already know how passively
future Xeno,
future Xeno, and all the angels.
Yes. How do you feel about the angels? I assume you have an idea.
I love the angels.
What do you feel about the angels?
I love their role. Their role is amazing.
Because
their role is amazing.
There's a little bit of a like, it's untrustworthy. To me, they're kind of like untrustworthy.
It's not that they're untrustworthy. To me, it's more so that they kind of are built with that sense of like sadism inside themselves. That's what it seems like. It seems like they all have that evil, not an evil side, but like a very, very aggressive, whoa, let's kill this. It's that sense of inhumane. They have an inhumane sense.
I feel like the angels necessarily, they're there, but also they have no strong attachment to that. They're attached to the universe.
They're not, but
they're not.
They're more attached to their role in the universe.
Yeah.
And not necessarily the universe is how I see it.
It's the first time Universe 9 is eliminated, and this is like the first heavy moment of this entire series.
It was heavy, but yay, bye.
Yeah, because everyone's just like, wow, this is real. So this is a fight for survival, and I think that what turns everybody on their heads in terms of just like, yo, we've got to fight for our lives at this point. This brings up the next little arc, and I think you probably will enjoy this. The sort of expansion of Kale and Caulifla, and the two Saiyans from
you call her Caulifla?
Caulifla.
Where's Caulifla?
Caulifla. I don't know. I feel like I'm in Black Panther every time. Caulifla.
It's cool.
But they're the two Saiyans from planet Sadala.
I thought it was interesting that they introduced the Saiyans on this universe because they have a lot in common with Universe
7.
with Universe 7, our
Except the
universe.
fact that Planet Vegeta is gone and gone and gone and gone, and Planet Sadala is like here, and I think the major reason why is because they haven't gone through as much turmoil as
Agreed.
Universe 7 does,
I
because
can agree
Universe
to that.
7 saying they were built to be warriors, and these guys are too, but they seem to be much more saviors of their universe.
Yeah.
They're not like taking over planets
Or assassins.
or something along
just
those
crazy.
lines. They're not going through that. I don't think anyone realizes the untapped potential of them, so no one finds them as a threat. Like, we see them in the earlier part of the saga, and it was Kaba who was talking about Frost and how they've worked together.
All right. With Kaba to me is like young Trunks.
Vegeta's son.
Vegeta's son, young Trunks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you're really, really strong for a kid. That's dope.
Mm-hmm.
You're not that strong, though.
Oh, he's not. But it's easy why they're not that
But
strong.
however,
but they are. I think they're.
But I knew that once they introduced Caulifla. Excuse me, Caulifla. Once they introduced her and Kale, I knew that that their stories were deeper and that they would be stronger, like by a huge margin.
Yeah.
Just from the way that Caulifla was set up. Like how they introduced her, how she almost looked like an abandoned pirate.
Yeah,
that's been pirating like
the
planet. So I was like, oh, like, this girl been through some.
She's
some
been
fights.
through some shit. She was trained by one of the top people.
Yeah,
top
I was like, so she been
Saiyans
through
of
some
Sadala.
fights. So it's cool.
Kale was like just the meeker version of it. How do you feel about Kale?
Kale has a whole I think Kale needs a whole episode because Kale's existence is writing off the existence of character who's in the void.
Just not mentioned in the series.
That's why it is in the void. And that's why it's written off now, in my opinion.
In the mind, they make sure not to say.
They had no mention of anything.
Right.
Of it. And
because they call it, they don't call it necessarily
legendary.
Yeah, they don't call it legendary Super Saiyan.
Which is fine.
They don't mention Goku's not like, I've seen this before.
And Vegeta's my point.
Vegeta says
he gotta look. He had
Vegeta
look.
says that bitch like the legendary Super Saiyan. I don't know if you should touch her.
To me, him saying it too didn't really go, hey, we seen that. Goku. No. We seen that before, didn't we? Like, he didn't do it like that. He was like, yo, Goku, you remember this?
They call
I remember this. I got created.
Her berserker form.
Which is fine.
Yes.
Which is totally fine. So, but I do believe that the existence of it here means it do not exist, period. So it is.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Non-canon. Like,
what? She's canon. She was there.
No, she's canon.
She's canon.
Broly's obviously non-canon.
Broly's non-canon.
For anyone that was ever questioned.
So, all right. So we got the confirmation now that Broly is non-canon.
He's non-canon.
We've never seen this before in the series.
For anyone that was questioning it.
Cooler, who are you?
Because he has movies.
Broly.
He's still in the games.
Yeah, right.
He's still in the games. He's still in the movies. So it's not like he just suddenly just disappeared. No, he still exists. But if you're ever wondering if he is canon or not, because of Kale's existence, he obviously is non-canon. Period. And they proved that throughout the show. They left the show real flat on the episode. They left it real flat, so you were like, oh, so that's Kale.
Yeah. Okay. The first time she transforms, they can't stop her until eventually she kind of just tires herself out.
That's like the usual. I burst open. There's all this energy. I don't know how to hold it. Somebody help me.
Right. Goku comes face to face with Caulifla, and I think we're trying to figure out, are they the counterparts to each other in Universe 6? So last episode we had, all right, my boy Jeff, shout out to Jeff, said Caulifla is Goku's counterpart in Universe 6. I said that Hit is his counterpart, but we're not sure. I'm saying because it was the strongest in the universe. Hit is the strongest in Universe 6.
If you have to think counterparts, then it has to be completely opposites, no?
Yeah.
So if it's completely opposite, Hit would be more.
I think Hit would be. I don't know.
It would be.
But I think it's just basically because of
because Goku's necessarily not good, not bad, but he does this thing and he's righteous about what he does. Hit, he's not necessarily good or bad, but he's not necessarily righteous about
and he's committed to becoming stronger. But I think Caulifla is as well. Once she realizes that, oh, I can become stronger, she didn't know what Super Saiyan was. She was just strong on her own. She was just like, yo, I'm kicking ass on my own. She didn't know what Super Saiyan was.
I'm gonna be honest, Universe 6 is hilarious to me. Period.
Why?
First of all, because they got that big ass Pooh Bear,
Batamo,
Batamo.
shirt,
I don't
no
know. I
pants.
don't know who.
Shirt, no pants.
I don't know
shoes.
who they thought. Who they thought they was fooling.
Shirt, wristband,
when
shoes,
when
no
they
pants.
put up Pooh, a bigger version of Pooh Bear up there, and I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Then they had the Tin Man, and he was a lot.
He was a lot because he couldn't take
Magetta.
he couldn't take constructive criticism very well.
Yeah, that was that was mad weird. That was weird to me too. I was
You know what? I think it's funny. I think it's like Dragon Ball funny.
But yes, agreed. It had to be Dragon Ball funny though, because the writer wanted to add the elements of that comedy element within Dragon Ball into the new Dragon Ball series, which was this. I think I like Hit. I'm really mad he left so early. I really wanted Goku to be the one to eliminate him.
Sure.
But I also wanted him to team up, and I didn't know Jiren was about to give him
off on niggas, give him hell.
Well, yeah. Listen. Well, things happen, and I don't like Frost. Frost was never a thing for me. Frost was like a bad snake to me.
Right. Goku comes face to face with Caulifla. They have this little battle. They're both intrigued by each other. Because Goku has never seen a girl Saiyan.
Don't Gohan got a daughter?
Gohan has a daughter, I guess. Yeah, I guess you could kind of count it. Yeah.
But I guess he never seen a female super.
Yeah.
Never seen a female
super Saiyan.
Never seen a female super.
And they're sort of the rage of being ignored, because Caulifla was just essentially just like, I want to fight Goku. Kale, can you just chill out for a second? Brings her out her berserker form, and she goes completely berserk. Not even Goku in Super Saiyan God can stop her in this form, because it's just the energy that's unlimited. It's unlimited. It's unmitigated. It's something that's like they describe it as sort of a deep pool of just like energy.
I think the funny thing about Cauliflower and Kale is that they had this relationship. In anime we call it the Oni-chan.
Do tell.
We call it the Oni-chan because a lot of animes, they have this popular theme of having like young teenage or even younger or even older women who have like brothers who are like amazing, or even they're not amazing, but the entire anime, all she's screaming throughout the anime is Oni-chan, 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 because she really, really loves the brother. But like the thin line between like, you know, it looking kind of creepy and it being like love is obviously always crossing over within the anime because of how much she expresses it throughout the entire anime. So we call it Oni-chans. And Kale definitely had some moments where she was just cauliflower, but cauliflower.
Right. And the moment, and the only person who ends up stopping Kale's madness, because she goes out, she ends up eliminating a couple people just off the strength of just like this attack that just like bursts everywhere. Only person that stops her, who steps in, is Jiren. Jiren shoots her with one blast, knocks her out, almost knocks her out of the tournament, but Cauliflower saves her, and Goku's intrigued.
That bug-eyed freak. I don't like him.
We get a nice little sort of Universe 6 and Universe 7 against the Pride Troopers of Universe 11.
Which I thought was dope.
I thought it was dope in the sense of, I guess, character development for both Kale and Caulifla. Goku does his thing, but eventually he's kind of like...
First of all, we had to get that Cyber Commander nigga out of here.
All right, so
we had to get that Cyber Commander nigga out of here. I was like, yo, get this nigga out of here.
I don't know who he was.
Oh my god,
this dude with the shit on his face, that frog dude.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Zore, whose like power is just like, I make tiny tornadoes.
Yeah, I don't know what was up with that. I was like, yeah, man.
Tupper is like, I can change my weight.
Tupperware.
I can change. So he turns into rock, and then he's just like, I can
get
change
him
my
out of
weight.
there.
And Cocoette is like, I make tiny little, universes.
Oh yeah, she was out of there too. She was out of there the same time.
Right. So
out. Like
Tupper gets eliminated by Android 18. I don't know. She just picks him up and just throws him out. It's pretty simple. It's pretty comedic.
yeah.
He's like, I can change my.
Actually, like Android 18, so it's cool.
Cocoette creates a dimensional barrier, so Universe 7 isn't able to sort of get involved in their battle with Universe 6. They really want to get Universe 6, the Saiyans, out. Those two Saiyans. Once one of them is eliminated, they all get together and it's like, yo, we gotta get together and sort of eliminate these two. And Kale learns to control her Berserk Saiyanness and turns into just regular Super Saiyan with kind of green hair. It's still a hint of legendary, but it's also it's unique.
Still, it's like how I would describe it is Broly kind of had he had more than one form in a sense.
Yeah, I think he had a regular.
He had a regular Super Saiyan. He had a regular form, which was his black hair, and then he had the super with the amulet on his head because the amulet was
sort of holding
his power.
Right.
So in a sense, that would be her version.
Yeah,
in my opinion, with the amulet.
I think I think she was able to control it without the amulet.
Yeah, that's all. It's just missing the amulet.
Right. So they eventually there's this great big thing about trust and strength and between both of them and sisterhood and all this other stuff. It's like, yes, you finally embrace your inner strength, and they both come and they have this big ass strong ass beam and they decide to blow the fucking universe, Universal 11 to the moon. And they eliminate 1, 2, 3, 4 of them all at once. And Android 18 says, I'm going to wipe the floor with Cocoette. And Universal 11 is now down to 4 people. Previously thought as one of the strongest universe. The next little arc was the Maidens of Love. The Maidens of Universe 2, who everyone loves. They're the 3... And
Rosie was the worst, man.
Rosie
was. Well, you know why Rosie was the worst?
Yeah. Well,
what the fuck is that on her head?
Let's talk about it. So the Maidens of Love, they decide, we're gonna do our transformations in front of everybody. And the only reason I like Universe 2 is because they're obviously a satirical take on anime.
They are
a satirical they
got the Sailor Moon. They got it all, but.
But the funny thing is that they turn into these forms that are just you would think they're more beautiful, but they're not.
They're not. Well, actually, I thought that was a good thing. They pulled the Zarbon. That's how I saw it. I saw it wow, they pulled Zarbons on us just now.
Maybe they're from the planet of Zarbons.
I was like, when they pulled Zarbons on us, well, that's pretty dope.
So Brienne changes into Rebrienne, a large woman.
She was still pretty like that.
Yes.
She was. Compared to the other ones, they were not nice.
Sue Royas turns into Rosie, and Senkaku turns into Kakunsa. Rosie is super fast, and there's 8 people who are super fast in this tournament.
She looked like she got on pajamas. She looked like she went to bed.
And Kakunsa is this primal fighter, this beast fighter.
I liked her. I liked her vibe.
During the middle of this transformation, Android 17 just shoots at him. And you're just what are we standing here? This is a tournament. It just breaks the sort of monotony of it all. It's a cool, funny moment. That's what I saw it as. It's a cool, funny moment.
Somebody let them finish transforming. They're like, let them finish.
Tapo was like, listen, yo, you gotta let these beautiful maidens over here transform.
Who cares about Tapo, man? Nobody cares about Tapo. Tapo is so annoying. Tapo's like the old general with the cigarettes who's like, I'm not doing no more wars, man.
Right.
we got one more, man. We got one more.
Listen,
one more?
I'm sure they don't want to do this, but they're forced to do this. But there's a great battle between Kakunsa and Android 17. And in this battle, we fully get to know, I guess, how great, and we call him OP.
Yeah, OP.
Android 17, he's OP, but we get to learn how great Android 17 is. Android 17, you don't have to go too far.
Okay.
You don't have to go too far because Android 17 is someone who lasts very long in this tournament.
He does.
But Android 17
great fighter
proves not only that he's a great fighter, he's a smart fighter.
He's adaptive.
He's someone who knows survival because he's lived in the woods for so long.
That's another thing too. He lived out in them damn woods for so damn long. I was like, yo, man, he probably been out with all these animals. Probably been fighting all these poachers and all that other stuff. Yeah. That's how you learn to
survive.
So
learn at the bottom line
because he is an android,
right?
Which gives him smarts, but doesn't really give them applicability,
right?
But him living in the forest land so long does give him applicability.
Yeah, it's this great moment of battle with speed with her, where they're just shooting and darting around, and then he makes this sort of giant ball of energy and stands on it, and then blows him off. Blows Rosie off, and Rosie is eliminated.
I was very, very shocked when he did that because I know the android barrier for all my life.
Mm-hmm.
not all my life,
Oh,
but mostly
Kakunsa,
all my
sorry,
life.
Kakunsa is eliminated by Android 17.
It's fine. I think the Android barrier became a big tool within this entire tournament, in my opinion, because the Android barrier it's only just supposedly it was just like a barrier of energy that either pushed people away, kept you okay, whatever the case was. But like it's becoming a little more versatile with it blowing up, him standing on it, and then him doing other things.
I like how frequently he uses it, because why wouldn't you?
I love how frequently he uses it.
Like it's something there is like it's not like Goku using Kamehameha all the time, but it kind of is, because if Goku was just
that nigga use that shit all the time. That nigga got nothing else. I'm like, yo, my nigga, you don't got shit.
He be blocking shit with the Kamehameha. Like, how do you feel about Ribrianne through this entire sort of series? Because she is a prolonged character that is introduced early and lasts a pretty good amount of time. But I think most fans find her annoying as shit. I like her character, but at the same time, it feels sometimes just out of place for this type of tournament. But it's fine. It's different.
She would be if they didn't have the filler episode for Arale-chan.
After this, we get sort of Gohan.
But anywho,
how do you feel about Gohan in this tournament? Not the way it sort of ends for Gohan, but essentially his role in this tournament. He was picked as the leader of Universe 7, but never really is the actual leader of the tournament.
I expected that.
Did you ever feel like at the point where he would sort of fulfill something and become...
But he did fulfill it.
What do you mean? Go ahead.
He kept the team on the map for the longest. That was his goal. His goal was to lead the team. Yes, he has to lead them to victory, but he led them to the best, most optimal point of victory.
Right.
In my opinion.
The personal development of him, though, I think it's always been shaken. I guess through this entire Dragon Ball Super.
It's just him dealing with his anxiety. That's all it really is.
It's just Dragon Ball Super, but I feel like I don't know if everyone's still holding on to Super Saiyan 2 and the Cell Saga. Super Saiyan 2 in terms of just like how amazing that was. And it's one of the most amazing transformations in the show. And it's up on par. It's probably between Goku originally turned Super Saiyan and Gohan turned Super Saiyan 2.
He was just OP for that arc. I think we have to realize that. He was just OP for that arc, and that is fine. It's not that he got weaker, it's just that he was OP for that arc. For that arc, he was that strong. Now we move on, and he grew into his power, but obviously he hasn't been polishing his fighting skills and things like that. He has been polishing his intuition and things like that.
So Gohan is tested with Batamo. He's tested against him in terms of just like how he defeat him, and he defeats him in a funny way. Just keep punching up, and he can't really do anything about it, and Batama gets knocked off. But Gohan is also tested.
He beat Pooh. Yeah, he beat Pooh up.
Gohan and Piccolo are tested against Universe's 10's Oboni and Rubalt. Like those are the two Wakandan guys I was talking about. Rubalt and Obani, and they're the last two surviving from Universe 7. At some point in this entire tournament, Universe 7, Universe 10 at least, a lot of them were wiped out, and they're pretty a forgettable universe.
Yeah, like they've been drawn that way.
Yeah, the Kai is someone we remember from the Future Trunks saga. What was his name again? Oh, Gawasu. So Gawasu is the Supreme Kai of that universe. We previously saw him. And they fight against him. Piccolo gets Rubal out the paint pretty quickly.
Yeah, in my opinion, Piccolo's that nigga. So Piccolo's gonna do that thing.
Gohan has a little bit of trouble against Ubani because Obuni.
Yeah, that's definitely Obuni.
Has trouble against him because he's able to displace his energy away from where he's fighting. So Gohan's too accustomed to fighting, like he gets sort of sensing energy, but the energy is displaced somewhere else, so he isn't able to read his movement somehow.
Okay.
But Gohan eventually decides, like, yo, I've actually, I've got this under control. And once he adapts to it, he eliminates him. And then there's this moment again where Universe 10 is now eliminated. The amulet of Ubani falls off. Ubuni. You see Ubuni, his wife, and his kid. And Gohan sort of looks at it. And I think he sort of looks at his own family, which is Gohan, his wife, and his kid, and sees that he's eliminated someone. It's kind of like the casualty of war, kind of.
Yeah.
Where he's just like, it's kind of coping that you're the reason what you've kind of like destroyed something that's sort of similar to your own, and sort of personalizing it in a way where it's just like, I see he was just a guy with a family.
Just like I was.
Just like I was. And it's kind of, it's to me, I thought it was very interesting just because it was like, it's something that Dragon Ball never really truly talks about. Talks about like, yo, we're destroying these guys, but these guys also like have universes. They also have these things they go.
In my opinion, most of the villains before, they didn't really have families like that. I mean, Boo had a family, but like it was just a bunch of him. It was just like a bunch of him,
right? I mean, we see this with Boo in the Boo saga when the robbers kill B, the dog, and he sort of personalized that, and he was just like, "Yo, I've grown, attachment to this dog, and now it can't."
That's right.
So it's kind of like that, but it was kind of like a human moment in Dragon Ball, where things are very like fight, zaps, boom, boom, laser through chests.
Don't forget. I think Vegeta has given us a lot of these human moments lately.
Yeah, it's weird.
Within Super,
definitely.
He's gave us a lot of the human aspect of a lot. He definitely rode the train with Trunks. Mm-hmm. Trunks eating the ice cream and him just, he's holding the baby. Mm-hmm. He's like, look, I'm not going to motherfucking tournament. I got a child on the way. So he definitely has a lot of the human moments.
This next one is probably my favorite. One of my favorite moments of this entire tournament. And it's the super speed battle between Daispo and Hit. And
that was good.
But... And so Daispo is a person from Universe 11. He lasts pretty long, but I think probably I think everyone with super speed talks really cash shit. Like they talk a lot of shit, and he's someone who talks a lot of shit through this entire thing. Yeah. And he eventually meets up with Frieza, and they're just in this like shit talking sort of.
Yeah,
we're back and forth, but he talks a lot of shit because he's like, listen, I'm faster than fast. I'm the fastest thing you've ever seen. Like I'm faster than whatever your time skip is. I beat it. And Hit for the first time is having trouble because his time skip is like virtually unbeatable. Before he met Goku,
it was OP.
It's fucking amazing to look at. I love the time skip. I love the animation.
I don't.
I love why not?
I don't.
Why not?
I like Hit. I like Hit, but it is too OP. But I mean, as the tournament goes on, it's like, okay,
I feel like it's good diversity. Like it's something that's like, it shouldn't be possible, but it's also like, okay, these are just different powers that people have, and some people are stronger than others. Like it's better than the guy who plays dead.
Yes.
Like there's a guy who plays dead in this tournament, so it's like
better than a nigga that made little tornadoes. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. So Daispo comes in, he's faster than fast, and somewhere Hit has to sort of adapt, and it's just like, okay, I have to find it. I can't just depend on my time skip. I have to find a way to sort of beat this guy super fast. So he says, you know what? I'm gonna make. Apparently, it's the ears. It's the rabbit thing of the ears. He can hear when he's able to do a time skip. So Hit sort of mimics it and mimics the movement, but doesn't do the time skip and sort of catches him off guard. So you begin to adapt, and that's when Kunchi comes in. Kunshi's the guy with the sort of explosive spider webs.
Yeah.
And then there's a cool moment where Goku just shows up as Super Saiyan God. And I love this battle just because it's like a nice little tag team thing, but they're both in it for themselves. It's kind of like this like
a Royal Rumble.
It's kind of like a Royal Rumble. I want to say more like strange bedfellows with Hit and Goku's. People who they obviously respect one another.
Strange what fellows?
Strange bedfellows. Two people who don't like each other occupying it's a term.
Oh my god,
it's a term.
That's a crazy term.
I learned it from wrestling. So Goku and Hit shows up, and Goku decides, I'm taking this, and I'm taking Dispo, and blah blah blah. I think it's an amazing battle for the purposes of speed, for the purposes of ingenuity. I think the forwardness of Goku and the adaptiveness of Hit. I think Hit learning to adapt to different things and becoming stronger that way. We saw it early in the tournament when Goku eventually caught on to the time skip thing. So Hit had to essentially improve and make his thing stronger, and that's what he did. And I like that for Hit in this sort of tournament because it shows that he's continuing to learn. It also shows that the time skip is really, really fun and really, really good. Goku shows up. Kunshi's just like, oh, I have this web. I have this sort of barrier web. You can't get through it. Goku's like, yes, I can, nigga. And just sort of blasts through it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. He eliminates him. I said Goku does the charging star. Hit handles Dispo, but Dispo, because there's only 3 warriors left for now in Universe 7. There's only Dispo, Toppo, and Jiren. He retreats. He's just like, listen, we can't lose anybody else. It's way too early in the tournament. This is before the halfway of essentially the tournament. And Toppo says, there's no longer good or justice. It's now survival or erasure. And I think that's a good foreshadow to what happens later.
Indeed.
In the series. Another arc we get is Master Roshi. Master Roshi shows up. How do you feel about the Master Roshi arc? How do you feel about Master Roshi now being engaged in Super after not being engaged in Dragon Ball Z whatsoever?
I like it, but then this is the second time he's been involved. Because remember, he did the Mafuba. So this is the second time he's involved.
How do you feel about them including him, though?
I like that. I like it as, like, you know, you have the OG side there. That's fine. But I also don't like it because I want Krillin to be the Master Roshi that they need, not Master Roshi.
But I think it's because Krillin. I think and Master Roshi says that my role in this tournament is not to beat all the strong people.
Oh, of course.
My role in this tournament is to get all the niggas with weird powers, like weird, you know, goofy. There's a person with the talisman who creates sort of illusions.
Mm-hmm.
So Roshi gets him out, and then there's with the evil containment wave. Shout out to evil containment wave. I love the evil containment wave. I think just the execution of it leads to so much, like, it doesn't always hit. It's kind of like Time Wizard.
Wow.
Like Time Wizard doesn't always land on 1,000 baby dragon. Time Wizard lands on, and sometimes you just assed out, nigga. And you lose like 400 life points.
That's a good comparison.
So he meets up also with this woman, and there's this problematic thing with Roshi and women, and it's kind of like, it's not as fun in 2017 as it was maybe in 1999, just how things go, but it's kind of like anime, but it's not as fun, just lusting and grabbing and all these other stuff. But he overcomes his lust for women. I mean, he essentially saw that as his only weakness.
I think as the time evolved, he evolved as well with the time.
And I think the character sort of adapts to the time changing.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, time's up, Roshi. Like, it's a wrap. Yeah.
But his style of anime as a character is a prominent character within anime regardless.
How do you feel about Goku and Krillin's still very close-knit ties to Roshi? Because Roshi goes against Ganos, or every time he makes a hit, every time he makes a hit, he gets stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So Roshi's having a hard time with this, and Roshi gets beat down pretty bad. He unleashes a max power Kamehameha and eliminates him. But Roshi's almost on his deathbed, and he almost is about to die. And Goku,
see, lucky we had Senzu Bean.
No, but he isn't eliminated yet. This is the point where Goku's just like, all right, I'm gonna revive you.
Yeah,
boom, with his power. But I like seeing the.
I'm saying I'm lucky we have Senzu Beans in the dugout,
right?
Because we would be, when the tournament finished and we just got eliminated once we get sent to the damn bench, we'd be fucking tired.
I like seeing, that's true. I like seeing the ties between Roshi and Krillin and Goku, the master student, and the respect they have for him. I think it's pretty cool.
I think it's prominent. I actually like the fact that they show a lot. They show a lot for that. They show a lot.
I kind of want to talk about the next one, but I really don't want to.
You don't have to. We can always just keep talking.
Tien gets eliminated.
Oh, why you have to do that? Okay. Well, you already said it. So Tien gets eliminated.
Let's see. Tien, there's this fighter.
Expected.
There's this sort of sniper fighter where it's just like, oh shit, I'm shooting lasers. Like Piccolo gets his arm blown off like 3 times. Like that shit is hilarious every time. God. He's like, Gogon, no! Gets his arm blown off, and it looks like it hurts to bring it back.
Of course it does.
Tien splits into 4. Each of his like clones get knocked off like pretty easily until he eliminates the sniper by also eliminating himself. No, he gets eliminated by the sniper, but also takes the sniper down with him. And Roshi comes face to face with Frost of Universe 6.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this incredibly where Roshi's pretty much like outmatched. So he goes for the evil containment wave for the second time. The evil containment wave misses. And he doesn't get Frost. Oops. But now Frost is like, oh nigga, evil containment wave. Bet.
What the fuck was that? Oh my god!
Right. I love everyone because it's scary. You trap in a bottle, nigga, just throw you off the side like that.
Nigga, what the fuck was that? You just put me in a bottle, nigga. You just put me in a Henny. Oh shit!
You essentially can't fight it. Blah blah blah. I would be interested if he used it on Jiren and what would happen. Jiren would probably super OP, just like
and break the fucking Henny bottle. Like, he'll come out drunk like, oh, that was Henny, huh?
Oh my god! But Frost is like, oh, bad. You using this, using this power? I see. I want to use this I want to manipulate this so I get back Vegeta. And I like this episode just because a bad guy gets the upper hand for the first time in a while, but even though it's like cut off really, really quickly. So essentially, Frost gets the attention of Vegeta, and Master Roshi feels like, all right, I have to get Frost out of here before he proves that because it was essentially a trap because what's his face? The choo-choo guy, Magetta.
Choo-choo
guy. Magetta comes in and just like, okay, this is a trap. Like they're out to get Vegeta. I have to get rid of, Magetta, choo-choo guy. And he goes for the, evil containment wave for the 3rd time. And somehow Frost says, gotcha.
Gotta do it.
Gotcha, nigga.
Gotcha, nigga. I got the bottle, nigga.
Oh my god.
I got the bottle, nigga. I got the bottle. You thought you had the bottle?
And he traps Vegeta. And I thought, this would be so amazing if they carried this out a few episodes.
I thought they were going to.
I thought they would.
It
was kind of like that episode of Power Rangers.
Because you can save Vegeta.
You can save
him.
Save Vegeta.
Save him in the pocket, have everybody fight, and then bust him out like later.
You can only save Vegeta.
That'd have been lit.
This is like, you remember when they had the Power Rangers when the Green Ranger showed up and they trapped the Red Ranger in that room?
See, this is my fucking friends. I was about to say the same shit. Yo, didn't they do that to the fucking Red Ranger? Yeah, they did that to that.
They could do it to Vegeta. They can do it to the Red Ranger.
They can do it to the Red Ranger. They can do it to Vegeta.
Master Roshi smartly, with his last ounce of energy, cracks the bottle. Vegeta comes out pissed. Like, nigga, no.
Nigga, you had that nigga trapped me in your Henny bottle.
Blast Vegeta out of his fucking mind. He blasts the shit off his ears and calls him like trash or some shit like that, and then just gets him off the side. And he goes for Frost, but Frost is like, nah, nigga, I'm out.
He said a lot of PG-13 curse words.
Oh my god. But Revenge of F, this is the first interaction ever between Vegeta and Master Roshi.
Yes.
Yes. Where Vegeta's pretty much like, drop off.
Yeah.
You should drop off now because it seems like you're going to die. You should drop off now and get a Senzu Bean. And that's the elimination of Master Roshi, where he essentially drops off himself. And he's in a respect health with Senzu Bean, and now Universe 7 is down to 7 fighters. How do you feel like the tournament is gone this far as watching this? As you're watching episode by episode?
As I'm watching it episode by episode, I think that they had a lot of great fight scenes. I think a lot of the hoopla battles, which is like when you just said, I call those hoopla battles because it's like wow. It don't look that great. Some funny shit is happening, but somebody gotta die. Somebody gotta get eliminated. Right, like that's how you feel. It's like funny shit happening, but somebody gotta go regardless.
We have Frieza and Frost joined together, and just like, yes, you didn't know that we had a plan together, and everyone's speculating. There was like, is Frieza trying to do this to get the Super Dragon Balls? What could he do with the Super Dragon Balls? And Reese is like, he could wish to be even stronger than a god. And Beers is like, nigga, if you don't ever play yourself, and I will destroy you on the spot. So Frieza and Frost decide, hey, We've let him know our plan, and Frieza fights Gohan. Frieza apparently knocks out Gohan, and Frost. They have this sort of exchange between Frost and Frieza, and
Oh, okay. That's what we're up to. Okay.
Quickly in a moment,
we're at the
Frieza turns on Frost.
Yeah.
Knocks him out. He didn't see it coming.
The great betrayal.
He says, "Why would I ever team with a weakling like you?" And that's extra salt in his frigid wounds.
The great betrayal.
The great betrayal.
That was the great betrayal. That was pretty good.
Cunning. Frieza's an asshole. That's all I had to say after this episode. Like, Frieza's an asshole.
He became a fan favorite really fast.
He's a fan favorite.
He became a fan favorite really fast.
He's kind of reminds me of like Cartman in like South Park.
Okay.
Just like not evil. He's all right. Frieza's evil. Frieza's fucking evil.
Fucking evil, man.
But it's like a lovable evil. Like it's like you kind of dig the shit he did because of just like, oh man, this nigga is like the worst of the worst.
I get it, but
he's like the worst of the worst. Like
I like Frieza.
He talks a lot of shit.
I like Golden Frieza way better.
Golden Frieza.
I love Golden Frieza.
Why do you love Golden Frieza?
Because Golden Frieza, it looks like he's about to do everything, nigga, but he does nothing.
The transformation to Golden Frieza is like one of my like favorite like weird shit ever.
It's a really nice transformation.
He like collects bones.
Gold dust, my nigga. He's straight gold dust.
Oh my god, Golden Frieza. Cool. I like Golden Frieza. I like the fact they love Frieza so much, and I know the series loves.
I know, yeah, they do. That's why they
brought him back like 4 times. He's in like 3 movies. Like the nigga, his brother and his father showed up. Like, it's a family affair with Frieza.
I don't even know if they actually are canon or non-canon.
Well, King Cold is.
Yes.
Well, for Cooler is not, to all intents and purposes, not canon.
That really sucks. He had an entire transformation in 3 movies. 2 movies, maybe.
And then they realized, hey, listen, this was a trick. And now we got most of Universe 6 off. And Frost tries to get his revenge on Frieza. And then the Xeno niggas is like, wait a minute, and erase him. And says, if anyone else tries to interfere, you will be erased too. Jesus Christ. But now we've reached the climax. We've reached the climax, this is one of the major marking moments of this episode. I don't take my headphones off for this. Episode 109 and 110 have very strong cultural significance in 2017. Because it's the episode of the Ultra Instinct. It's the first. When you first heard of Ultra Instinct, what did you think of it?
When I first heard of it, I was like, "Oh gosh, another form."
It's not a Saiyan form,
isn't it? But that's sometimes. But I hate that. I actually don't like that.
Why not?
I don't like the fact that these new forms are not including the Super Saiyan energy.
Mm-hmm.
All these new forms actually beyond the Super Saiyan energy. Mm-hmm. So like from the God when he's like lean and red and got the red energy to blue,
right,
all the way to now. Yes. These are not dealing with anything Super Saiyan, and I kind of don't like that because he's originally Super Saiyan.
I like it because it's just like it's kind of just it's different. It shows that the universe is bigger.
I understand.
Like all we know from the universe is like there's
apply that energy though. There has to be a way that you can. He doesn't have to shut it off. There has to be a way that he can apply that energy and the new energy together.
But it seems, I agree. Well, actually, I don't know if I agree. I don't know if I want to see Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct.
I do. I definitely do.
Is it something like Kaioken, which I'm trying to wonder? Like, was Ultra Instinct like Kaioken, but like farther in that sort of transformation?
But Kaioken would be used in any form,
right?
So,
but anybody can. Supposedly anybody can. Goku's the only one who has used it, but supposedly anyone can use Kaioken.
Yeah.
If you were trained by King Kai.
Agree. Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out. I remember watching it leaked that Ultra Instinct was coming out.
I definitely watched the leak. I watched the leak and read the leak. Watched the leak
and essentially it's just like, what, this thing is gray? It's just gray eyes. This is it.
That's how I thought. I was like, that's pretty underwhelming.
It's still regular black hair, but gray eyes. Nigga.
I was like, it ain't gonna be yellow and long.
Like, you use your thought. Like, what is it? Like,
I wanted him to turn into the monkey again, like in
Oh no, in GT. First of all, Goku decides, yo, it's time. I'm not fucking around anymore. I got to see what this Jiren guy is about.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows up to Jiren's doorstep, and Jiren answers. Jiren's not like, he's not off in the corner. He's not like, again, where he's just like, yo, I'm gonna ignore this. Like, this is whatever. He's like, yo, bring it on. You're clearly the strongest in this universe. You're one of the best fighters in it. I'm gonna fight you, but I know I'm OD stronger. Goku fights him in regular form. Can't land a blow for shit.
I don't like that.
He goes to Super Saiyan. They explain it that like he's trying to test his power.
I get it, but we know that.
Right.
But still.
Goes to Super Saiyan. It's like, oh, nigga. Then he goes to Super Saiyan Blue. He's just like, I'm just skipping the rest. Like, I don't need to go to 3.
He was like, nigga, fuck that shit. Like, you gotta go.
Kaioken, try this shit. Super Saiyan Blue. And he gets a hit in, but he doesn't get anything monumental.
Correct.
And they find out that, yo, he's fighting actually with, he's like, why don't you fight with Kaioken times 20? He's like, this nigga is. He's just getting his ass whooped because Jiren is revealed to be stronger than a god of destruction. And so Goku, who's rivaling Beerus, but we don't actually know if he's stronger than him at this point.
There's a lot of talk about who's stronger than Beerus. I think nobody is, so I don't give a damn. I know Goku is, but I'm gonna say no one is, because he's just that nigga.
Goku says, "Fuck this, Spirit Bomb time, ultimate move." I didn't think we'd see the Spirit Bomb in this battle, just because it's just like it's not conducive to this kind of tournament where it's just like everybody's in the ring at once. How can you find time to gather energy?
But however, all these warriors' energies. These gods' energies.
They didn't apply to.
Yeah, I think that
Vegeta is just like, nigga, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
He didn't give him his energy because he was like,
I need my
crazy. Energy. Yeah, I need my energy.
I need my energy. I was just trapped in a bottle. Like, relax. Frieza gives up some energy.
But Vegeta's always the last one to give energy anyway. Always. He'd be like, he be having a glove on. He'd be having a glove on dead, like,
oh my god.
All right, energy.
So
it takes off the entire
he does that. Jiren's like, oh, this shit? And he like sort of bats it back, and Goku fights it back.
Call that a full counter.
And for some reason, I don't know, there's this big giant spirit bomb battle, and Jiren just realizes like, nah, this is a wrap. And he explodes it, and the explosion, and no one knows what happens to Goku.
Full counter.
No one knows. It's just this big crater in the middle of the thing. Goku can't be found. It's just energy, and everyone's just like, is Goku dead? He's not on the stage next to Krillin. Or what's going on? He's not eliminated. Is he dead? So they assume the worst. They assume Goku's dead because Goku dies all the time. It's not a crazy assumption, actually.
Correct. He won a tournament.
Yeah, nigga.
He won a tournament dead.
It's not a crazy assumption to assume he's dead. Maybe this nigga died. Who knows?
Goku being dead is nothing.
Listen,
that is nothing.
I'm gonna make a telepathic thing for Bulma of the Earth. Tell her gather the Dragon Balls and wish him back in the end of the tournament.
Gather the Dragon Balls. Wish me back. Bring me some ice cream, please.
I want to play this, but also the audio is definitely gonna be in Jap. But I think most people who listen to this podcast have watched it in Japanese. So
you pretty much get it. San, Goku, Son.
Let's hopefully this plays. Let me see.
You get it. It's just gonna say EXO and hi, Daijobu.
You waited for. So this is essentially like the entire world is shaking.
Currently watching Dragon Balls.
We are. And you're listening to the Japanese background. I hope they don't come for us, the SoundCloud devils. Frieza's chilling. Frieza's like, ooh. Frieza knows because he's got his ass whooped by Super Saiyan before. He's like, he knows that Saiyans reach this new potential every time. He's here. I don't know. I felt like a kid watching this
because it was new.
I felt like a kid. This is definitely this generation's like Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Like if kids didn't go through the thing where they were sitting in Toonami and you had to watch it every day, 20 minutes a day. Goku versus Frieza is long as fuck. Goku versus Frieza went long as hell with Goku getting his ass whooped before he turned Super Saiyan.
I agree.
The power flowing, the hair. It's hinted that it's kind of gray tones. I don't know, gray highlights, gray streaks, whatever. How do you feel about his movements? Goku's movements.
I felt like it was rising, but his body was like obviously exhausted. The energy is rising when I meant rising, but his body's exhausted, so that's why he moves like that. But however, his movement during fighting
it's legit.
It's the most cleanest, smoothest.
How do you feel about the animation, bro? This is like GOAT animation.
It looks. He moves beautifully. Like he doesn't move like, "Hey, I'm trying to fight you like a savage." You know,
episode 111.
I think that was the point. The point of it was him to let go of him.
One step kick.
He was already there, nigga. He was already there.
And the theme hits.
He was already there, nigga. He was already there.
Dispo.
Top yeah, looking. I told you he was already there.
We need to get this nigga quick. And the theme comes.
I think.
And your heart starts as a kid. Your heart starts beating a little bit faster.
I think my heart went berserk when he faced him. Yeah, I think.
He's just like, yo, what is this? Yo,
he's like,
it's crazy.
He's like, what the fuck is
yo,
this
check
shit?
Me out. Check out my swag.
Oh shit.
And Jiren's like, damn, you hit me.
It's like having on new Timbs.
I'm trying to find the actual fight, but it's very, the moment itself was something that's highly anticipated, and it was also like very cool.
I like the moment because they definitely showed, like I was saying before, a lot of more fluid moves, a lot of more fluid action within his fighting, because his fighting was a different style, totally different style, totally different style from all his forms of fighting, and it's interesting to see. So I definitely was hype about this.
Let's see.
It was like seamless. It was like a stream. Everything flowed. It wasn't telephonic. I was like, you go, boy. That's what we was looking for. I was like, none of them fight like that, you know?
No, none of them.
None of them.
There's nothing.
None of them ever fight like that.
There's everything is so like
kind of static, kind of telephonic.
Yeah, formulaic. But it's just.
This one was like, I'm not gonna think about anything. I'm just.
There's finesse to it, and there's also power behind it.
Correct.
And this is the first time. I mean, we've seen these fast punches, shit.
He's like, fuck them punches, nigga. Fuck them punches, nigga.
And
they start moving it. Yeah,
it's definitely OP when it's like they're not moving but they're hitting, and I'm like, I don't like that.
I don't like that either, but that shit it looks silly.
This shit is art.
Yeah. Just can't tell yet. I love that part. I can't tell just yet. That's my favorite
but
part.
They're fighting, and this is the first moment of Jiren having something to oppose him.
Agree. Wait, don't you click that motherfucker. This nigga's still punching.
I love you too.
I hate that damn clown.
You don't like Belmod?
No, nigga.
Oh, and then the music comes. It's like, oh shit, time is running out. This is amazing artwork. If you're watching this up, and I'm sorry we were watching the episode and while we were doing the episode.
Oh, that was my part. Oh, go back. This part right here. This is my nigga. That right. That's real, nigga.
This is like every kid who's drawn Dragon Ball Z has like. This is like peak animation that you want to draw.
Agreed.
This is like the moment where it becomes more than just animation. Like this is just artistic in general. All these moments you could freeze frame now, and it's essentially like a photo that tells like a million things. He manages to get the first hit on Jiren.
He manages to get that knee in.
And the thing is that it's shown that it's an incomplete version of Ultra Instinct. And then he comes for the super fast lightning speed punch. And this punch could certainly end it. The panning of the thing, all this other shit. And Jiren stops it.
Saga.
And Goku's Ultra Instinct runs out. And he's unable to sustain it. And he has reached his limit. And Jiren says, out of here. Even this I like. The way he shot back and the sort of the animation style on that. Because it's not like the one where they're just flying through the rocks. It's kind of the stag photo that kind of shifts around. Jiren is still the strongest. And he's even more strong as this moment is, and it still proves how strong he is and that he's still unequal because now Goku has ran out of stamina. And the final moments that we get from this episode is that Vegeta's talking to Goku and say what happens, and then Goku disappears.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, nigga, what happened? And Goku, I just need a break, my nigga. Hold on, let me figure this shit out.
And he disappears, and then it's the shot of Frieza standing over Goku, and just like,
he's like,
do you remember this?
I saw that shit.
No, he's like, do you remember this moment? Because I do.
I remember this.
And
I'm a member.
It ends there. This has been episode 3 of The Lookout. If you would love to continue this conversation, where can they find you on Twitter, Flash?
Oh my God, on Twitter? Oh jeez.
Let's
all right, on Twitter.
The best people on Twitter are Dragon Ball Z fans.
All right. I would say Twitch users, but okay.
Twitch users are annoying.
No, they're not.
Twitch users are annoying.
No.
Make me mod, bro.
They're not annoying. They're just they just got a lot of personality to them.
Oh my God. Shut up.
They do. They do. They're not funny. But you can find me at DADFC.2. Oh, DADFC2. Yes.
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
If you would love to join the conversation of this, you can hashtag #LookoutRNC. And you can discuss this with us because I really do love the first couple of episodes of this. I love this thing of the tournament. I love the attention given to the characters, the other characters, the non-Goku characters. Mm-hmm. Even though at the end, it's still Goku. Maybe Frieza. But it's really good. It's really worth it if you want to explore different characters. You got these motivations. We've seen Master Roshi have his moments. We've seen Tien had like a fleeting moment. We've seen Piccolo and Gohan, and
it's like they give everybody a moment to show off everybody. I agree.
Yeah, Android 17, you would have never seen that. The marriage union between Krillin and Android 18. Besides just being Krillin, just being like, yeah, I fuck robots now. Like,
oh my God! First of all, they made him into a human. Stop.
They didn't make her into a human.
Yeah, they wished it.
No, they wished the bomb out of her. He tried to wish to make her human, but they couldn't.
Oh, they couldn't.
So they just like, just take the bombs out of them. But apparently she's a humanoid android thing. She's kind of a robot.
I thought they wished it away.
No.
Well, I guess you can.
You can't
let me shut up.
Listen, if Krillin won the Dragon Ball, Super Dragon Balls, my G, that would have been the first thing rocking. You'd have been like, yo, make her human. All parts. I'm not trying. I don't want to. I'm tired of Diesel or. I'm trying to figure out if Diesel or like premium. Premium, dude. Oh my God. Yo, so this is the end of episode 3. We'll be back next time with episode 4, where we explore the sort of everything post the first time of Ultra Instinct, and he turns Ultra Instinct again, and sort of that was so funny. Everything leading up to the final battle. And trust me, there's a lot of characters where they have to knock off stage for us to get to the main event. We'll be back with the next episode. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.